Hey guys, what is up? My name is Shaun Roselt and welcome to my HTML5 and CSS3 video series. So in this video, we are going to be looking at the position CSS property. Okay, so I've gone and already created a basic HTML web page. I just have here 4 div tags with some text in it, and I've styled those 4 div tags with this, and I just added a background color to all of them as well. Okay, and then I just went and added some random text here. Okay, so yes, this is just some random text. Let's start by looking at position. So position has basically 4 properties or values for the property. So we have static, absolute, relative, and fixed. Okay, so the default value for it is actually position static. Let's paste that in there. So as you can see, it doesn't change anything because the default value for all elements is static. Okay, so let's go to the second element and change this to relative. Okay, so what does the relative value do for position? Okay, so if we refresh now, you'll see it actually stays the same. So what's the difference between static and relative? Okay, the difference is basically that relative, as you can see, for the second div tag, it starts basically here in the left top corner there. Okay, so the difference between relative and static is we can specify a top, left, bottom, and right for it. For instance, top 15 pixels. Then it moves this element 15 pixels from the starting position. Okay, and we can for instance make it left 30 pixels. Okay, as you can see, it starts there from the top where it was. This will not work on a static element. As you can see, it doesn't work on it, but it does work on relative. So that's the main difference between this. You can also specify it for instance, bottom. Okay, then it goes to the top, or you can leave it to top for instance and just make this minus 15 pixels. And alternatively, you can also make it for the right. Okay, so now let's move on to the next one, third one. Let's make this one absolute. Okay, so what's the difference between absolute and relative and static? Let's refresh, and you'll see it automatically moves this third one to the left side of this whole page basically. Okay, so that's let's actually just add a break rule here. Oops. Oh yeah. Okay, let's teach you guys something else now. Go to the p tag, p, let's style it. So all this random text is inside of the paragraph tag, and here we can add clear both, and it basically just clears it so that it starts from scratch. We'll look more into clear soon, as well as float. Okay, so let's just move on for now. Okay, so absolute. So as you can see, the absolute, it moved it to the left side of the screen. So why is that? Okay, so what's the difference between absolute and static? Basically, absolute, it isn't fixed to the starting. For instance, before this, absolute, the starting position for this third div was here. Okay, but when we make it absolute, the starting position for it is actually at the top of the document. For instance, if you make the top here 0 pixels and the left 0 pixels, then you'll actually see that the starting position for it is at the top left of the web page there. Okay, that's the main difference. Relative starts at the static place, but absolute starts at the top left corner of the document, as you can see. Okay, so it's now there. And of course you can go and change these values again. same as relative. Okay, let's make this, for instance, 100 or 150. Okay. Okay, so let's move on to the fourth one, which is fixed. Okay, so what is fixed? Fixed works is similar to the absolute. For instance, if I refresh it now, you'll see it also pushes it to the left side. And if we check here, the starting place for it is also at the top left corner of the screen. Okay, so it's very similar to the absolute. So what basically is the difference between absolute and fixed? So that's quite simple. But let's first give it a top of, for instance, 60 pixels and a left of 300 pixels. Let's make it 500 pixels. And let's make this 80. Actually, let's make it 120. Okay. So do you remember when let's actually make it absolute first, okay? When you see when we scroll down this page, you see that the div tags there stays at the top. So when we scroll, it doesn't actually scroll with us. So when we make this fixed, the only difference between fixed and absolute is that fixed basically makes it stay at that fixed place. As you can see, when we scroll, this fixed div now stays at that same position even if we scroll. So that's basically the difference between the absolute and the fixed. So yes guys, that's basically it for this video. We spoke about static, relative, absolute and fixed positioning. So guys, if this video helped you in any way, then don't forget to leave a thumbs up, subscribe, share, comment below, and I'll see you in the next video guys. Thanks for watching. Bye!